What's going on? Today we got a budget pistol comparison, man. Today we're gonna talk about these two budget pistols right here that happen to be similar in color, man. Here we got the Smith&Wesson Sd9Ve chambered in 9mm, and here we got a Taurus G3 chambered in 9mm. Both of these are considered budget guns for people that don't want to spend $500, $600, $700 on a pistol. Most people, a moderately priced gun is maybe when it comes to about $500. That's moderate. High end, maybe like getting into the late sixes, 700. No, that's moderate, man. Like budget is considered pretty much you got like $400, 300, 200, and these fall into those categories as a budget pistol. So let's compare them real quick, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We just gonna run through them, man. Two popular pistols. Um, so the Smith and Wesson has been out longer than the Taurus. The Smith and Wesson's been out. I read 2012, and I don't know if they basing that on the Sigma, because this is the son of the Sigma pistol. Okay, this is an improved version of the Sigma. The trigger is definitely better than the Sigma. It's just lighter. Um, it has a rail that's not proprietary, because this first Sigma pistol had a rail that you had to attach this little adapter for you to put optics on. This one just has a standard rail, a pick rail. You can just throw on any optic. Very good move by Smith and Wesson to do that. Okay, so let's compare the sizes of them. Both of them are 4-inch pistols. The Smith and Wesson just being a tad bit longer, but they are both compact pistols. Trigger wise, Taurus definitely has the better trigger, hands down. The sights, both have pretty decent sights for the price. Um, I'm starting to grow more on the blacked out sights in the back, the combat sights, versus having the two dots in the back. For some reason, I can acquire my target much faster when I just pay attention to the front sight. Sometimes your rear dots can kind of like distract you from the front sight sometimes, especially for shooters that haven't been shooting for a long time. That can happen, but I don't really have that issue. But I still like the combats a little bit better. Weight wise, let's weigh them. Let's see which one is heavier. This has a standard 16 round magazine in it. So the Smith and Wesson unloaded is coming in at 1 pound and 16 ounces. Okay. So that, the 6 ounces, 16 ounces is 1 pound. So we talking 22 ounces. Okay. Not bad. So the Taurus is coming in at 1.9 ounces. Okay. Slightly heavier by 3 ounces. So 25 ounces. So the Taurus is the heavier pistol out of the two. And you can tell it definitely does feel more. It feels more front heavy than the Smith & Wesson feels more evenly balanced than the Taurus does. Magazine capacity. This comes standard with two 16 round magazines. Okay, not bad for a gun this size. This one comes standard with one 15 rounder, and it also has one 17 rounder. So the magazine capacity slightly goes to the Taurus. Okay. Reliability. This been out much longer than this one. This one is a pretty much, like I said, these both are sons to different pistols that have been out prior. This the G series, the G3 is the kid to the Millennium G2s and the PT 111s and all those. That's what the Taurus G3 is related to. The Smith & Wesson is related to the Sigma pistols. Okay, so they both have choppy histories, so to speak. But I would have to give the slight nod to the Smith & Wesson because it's been out longer in the reliability department. Okay. Both have Picatinny rails. Both have uh, finger rest here for left or right-handed shooters. The Taurus smooth, but the Smith & Wesson has a stipple in there kind of to match the grip stippling. I wish Taurus would have did the same thing, put the same kind of stippling right here. Would have been pretty dope. Taurus has a safety, external safety. Smith&Wesson does not. I'm a fan of that. I don't really like, if this was a gun I was using for home defense, I wouldn't want it to have a safety on it. So that's one thing. The new Taurus, I think the G3X doesn't have the safety. So if you want to no safety G series, you have to go with the G3X, I believe. Okay. So the grip comfort, Smith&Wesson hands down. I just love it. It doesn't affect you whatsoever. You don't even feel this thing up against your finger at all. The Taurus is comfortable, but you definitely feel it comes down a little bit more. You can see the slope. It slopes down a little bit more, kind of digs a little bit into your finger, but the Smith&Wesson, it doesn't do that. It's just the trigger guard is straight trigger guard. The height of them. Okay, so you got, that is how they look as far as height-wise. I'd say the Taurus, they're about the same height, man. Taurus is a little bit taller, just a tad bit taller than the Smith&Wesson. Width, that one is a little tough. I don't have a gauge to measure it, but I would say from where I'm looking at it, man, it looks like I would have to say the Taurus may be a little bit thicker, just a little bit. It depends on how you look at it. Okay. Another thing I don't really like about the G3, all these goofy serial numbers all over the place. You got like 4 serial numbers all over. The Smith&Wesson, you just got 1 serial on the outside and the bottom. That's it. I like both of them. Price range though, this gun is gonna go for $260 to like $300 brand new. If you get the Toro version with the slide cut out for the optics. This doesn't come in that version. It just comes the way it is, bare bones. This is gonna cost slightly more. Starting at maybe you can probably find these for maybe $280 to maybe $315 on the high end. So this is gonna be slightly more expensive than the Taurus, but you can still find these for, you catch specials on them. You get them for maybe $260, $270 maybe. These you can catch them for $250 on the low end. Standard $260 to like I said, $300. But for the regular models like this, without the Toro, not the Toro version, you can catch these for maybe $260, $280 out the door. Both brand new. I haven't shot this yet. Definitely have shot this. Go watch my shooting video on the Smith&Wesson Sd9Ve. No issues. Controls much better than my Glock 19. Much less recoil as well. Even though it's a 9, it's not much recoil, but you can definitely tell the difference in the recoil versus the Glock 19. Doesn't have a better trigger than the Glock though, but it's still a good gun. Okay, so I highly recommend both of them. If you're gonna go with self-defense, I would probably choose the Smith&Wesson because it doesn't have the safety right here. But if you care more about your rounds, you know, the Taurus comes with a slightly higher mag capacity by 1 round. No real big difference. You can get 2 17 rounders or just rock out with the 15. This has 16 round standard for both their magazines that it comes with. Okay, and also you can find versions of this that come with a Crimson Trace laser. Flashlight. Mine's came. This was the Crimson Trace edition. It came with the Crimson Trace flashlight. I don't use it though. For this gun, I'm saving that for something else. But both lovely pistols. I highly recommend both of them, man. 2 budget compact pistols. Go check them out. Smith&Wesson Sd9Ve and the Taurus G3. This is Rebel Shooter. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you later on the next one. Peace.